Knowing about color is one of the most important parts about being an artist. It's one of my favorite things. So in this segment, I'm going to show you how to mix colors to make all the colors in the rainbow. We're going to start with primary, mix to secondary, and make tertiary even. Take a look at this shish kebab color wheel. You can see it starts with the red, the yellow, and the blue, and then we're going to start mixing to make all the other colors. Let's take a look at what else we need to make it. You'll need a foam board, and that's going to be used as your drying rack, a styrofoam knife, some shish kebab skewers, toothpicks, maybe some straws, a large ball to put all your pieces in at the end, some small 1-inch balls, a styrofoam disc, and some medium 1.5-inch balls. You'll also need some acrylic paints. Now, put on your paint clothes and protect your surfaces. I've gone ahead and let's actually take a look at our colors here. We're going to actually start with our primary paint colors of yellow, red, and blue. And then for the first part, we're going to make tints. So we're going to add a little white to make light red or pink, and we're going to add a little black to make more of this burgundy shade. Let's get started. I've gone ahead and set up 3 paint plates with red, yellow, and blue paint on them. The first thing we're going to do is use a stiff bristle brush and dip it in your red color. I like to use a toothpick to hold on to my styrofoam ball. And you're just going to brush over your styrofoam piece. Now this helps, using a stiff brush helps get the paint down in the cracks and crevices. You will just paint the entire thing and then put it in your little foam block to dry. Now we're just going to add a little bit of white paint. I'm going to use a clean brush, or you can rinse out your brush. I'm going to drag a little bit of white paint over and a little bit of red, just a tiny, tiny bit of red, and start mixing off to the side. It only takes a teeny tiny bit of the primary color added to your white to get your next tint. You can always add more if you want it to be a little bit more bold. And now, once you get it nice and mixed, you're going to start painting your lighter color. And I think you get the idea on that. And so then we're going to make our darker tint. And now we can just use the same brush. We're going to pull in a little bit of red and a teeny tiny bit of black. Doesn't take much at all, you guys. It's just a little bit, because black is such a strong color. You can see I even think I grabbed just a touch too much. And if that happens, don't worry, just drag in a little bit more. This is all about practice. If you mess up, just get some more paint and start again. It happens. This is all about learning. So now we're going to paint our dark tint, like so. Okay, so let's look at our colors, and you can see how I've got, when I add white to yellow, I get light, and when I add a little black, I get almost a darker green color. Same for the rest of these colors. Now let's start mixing our primary colors. Make sure you always get those brushes into water, because if you let them dry, you're going to ruin your brush. So now we're going to take some of our red paint over here onto the yellow plate, and we're going to grab some of the yellow and mix with the red. And that color, the big reveal, is going to be orange. Now, if you look at our colors, you can see I just mixed red, yellow, so I'm going to pull this color back and I get my orange color. And that's all there is to it. Can you believe that all of these colors start with that one, or those 3 primary colors, red, yellow, and blue? It's really amazing to me. And you would just keep painting these balls. And then for this now, if we want to get the tints, we're going to add a little bit of white first, and then paint a small ball, and then we're going to add a little black and paint a smaller, another small ball, so that we get all of our tints and values. And you're just going to do that for the entire color wheel. Now we've got this row that's still hanging out called tertiary colors. And that happens when we mix red with that red, or with that orangey color, well, it's called orange, to get red orange. And that's actually the name. If we mix yellow and orange together, we get yellow orange. You might have seen tubes of paint called these colors, and now you know where they started. So now, let's start stringing our pieces on to make our shish kebab value wheel. So you're gonna start with your dark color first. And you just wanna carefully hold onto your styrofoam ball really lightly, and then put on your main and just wiggle it through. And then your lights. And that gives us our main color and its values. And then what's kind of handy is you can put a rubber band around a ball to find the center, squeeze it in, and you've got the start of your color wheel. Let's take a look at the finished one. Isn't it amazing that all of the colors in the rainbow start with red, yellow, and blue?